Welcome to Sports Talk with the Jersey Guys. I'm Mike Miller. This is David Hesselfeld and Mike McConville. This is a show where we sit around, drink beer, and talk about current sports issues. You can catch us every week on this YouTube channel. We're going to start this show off today with a new segment called Take It or Leave It. Dave, I believe you have the first question.
All right, guys. What do you think about Dodge staying in NASCAR for 2013?
I'm going to leave it. With Penske going to Ford, I can't see any of these teams leaving and going to Dodge. Dodge has one team left, Robbie Gordon Motorsports. I can't see them getting Earnhardt Ganassi. I can't see anybody getting Childress or Hendrick away from Chevy. Roush is never going to leave Ford. Gibbs has too much invested in it by Toyota. And really, I can't see Richard Petty Motorsports leaving. After just making the switch to Ford, getting all the support that they get from Ford and Roush, I just can't see it. I can't see Dodge finding a team to go. I mean, maybe Earnhardt Ganassi, but with the whole Earnhardt connection, Chevy, I just can't see it. What's your take?
Well, I think they're going to stay in it. Maybe not, they won't have the major brand, major teams, but I think they'll back down their funding. They'll go maybe back to the Nationwide Series, get some Nationwide teams, and maybe even take that a step further and go get some truck teams. Because I don't remember his name, but he runs the Gunbroker Dodge or Gunbroker.
Jason White.
Yeah, Jason White. His team doesn't know what manufacturers go with each week. 1 week he's with a Chevy, 1 week he's in a Ford, 1 week he's in a Toyota and a Dodge. He's been
Maybe his all series is their supporter.
Exactly. So maybe Dodge will fully back him, and then have Robbie Gordon with the Cup stuff, and they'll get information from Robbie and start building in-house motors, chassis, and bodies, and then maybe start branching out, see if they can get anybody.
I just can't see it being worth Dodge's money with really only having one Cup team, unless they can get a team like a Richard Petty Motorsports or an Earnhardt Ganassi, or maybe get one of these teams like a Front Row Motorsports or a Tommy Baldwin and try and build them up. I just can't see them staying. I can't see them willing to put that money into funding a NASCAR program that has no chance to succeed. They'd be better off just taking their money, maybe trying to get a buy-in in IndyCar for next year, because Chevy's coming in this year, maybe next year. I just can't see it.
All right, next question.
All right, I got one for you guys. Take it or leave it. Matt Flynn helping Seattle Seahawks become a contender again.
I'll go first. I leave it. He had, 2 starts last year? Granted, he did have that one big game. What was it,
480 yards, 6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns.
Packers record in both.
Okay. But he's been in the league for 4 years. Granted, he was sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, but I just don't see him making that big of a threat. They may become a playoff team. Has anything else on that? No, I'm leaving it.
He's kind of like a Kevin Cobb, right?
True. Good body work with the team he's at. Well, not maybe body work, but good couple starts.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just don't know yet. We haven't seen anything, so he's had 2 good games. But honestly, I think that was just with the system he was in. He knows the system, he knows the team, the receivers, and the players. And the team he played, Detroit, really doesn't have a dominant defense. Granted, they'll probably be better this year, but it was outside in Green Bay in the snow when he did it.
But wasn't Detroit playing for a playoff berth?
Yeah, but still, I mean, in that game, both defenses weren't doing well. Yeah, it was a shootout.
Yeah.
In shootout games, you're gonna skew the stats with, and sure. I just don't think he's gonna be all that great. I mean, look what happened to Matt Castle when he left New England to go over, there. He did decent, but I mean, it's the system. You're correct. It's the system he was in.
Also, what does Seattle really have other than Marshawn Lynch? They don't have any big star wide receiver.
True.
I mean, any wide receiver that goes to Seattle dies.
Golden Tate's been a plus.
That team is a black hole for wide receivers.
Deion
Branch was amazing. TJ Houshmandzadeh was I wouldn't say great, but he was decent when he was with the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Went there, nothing. I mean, even
he ended up getting released, didn't he? Like in his first year with Seattle?
I don't honestly know about that one, but I mean, Sidney Rice, he was amazing
Yes.
in Minnesota. He hasn't done jack. Granted, Javaris Jackson, can't.
And was he hurt last year or
He was hurt the year before, and
the year before?
yeah, and I think he still was plagued by the injury. But I mean, and also they don't really have any dominant defensive guys, so
Seattle's still rebuilding. They're rebuilding, and it's just, yeah, Matt Flynn may be a good crucial piece to that rebuild, but as of this year,
he could be a good team starter.
Nothing to get too excited over.
no.
All right. You have a question for
All right,
us?
I got one for you guys. What about Derek Fisher signing with the Thunder? Good move.
I'll let you go first.
Good move for the Thunder, yeah, in a sense, come playoff. I'm kind of half and half on this. Are they really going to make them that much better? No. But come playoff time, they do have a good, experienced playoff person, which they have missed coming into last year in the playoffs, but the year before that too, in the playoffs. So they have a good, experienced leader in there and could really do good for that locker room. I think it'd make them a better team. He'll give them 8 points maybe a game. You know, not a whole lot on that, but his leadership aspect, his intangibles, that stuff, yeah. I will take that. As for actually scoring points wise, all that stuff, I'm going to leave it on table there.
I'm taking it big time. Derek Fisher on the bench behind Russell Westbrook. Just imagine playing a 3-guard set maybe. You have Russell Westbrook, and then you have Durant at forward, and then you bring him in as a second or even a 3rd guard. Look at his numbers. This season alone, he's shooting 383 from the floor. He's got one of his best free throw percentages at 830. His 3-point percentage is pretty high, 324. And his career in the postseason, he's shooting over 400%. Or not 400%, but .400. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
He's been lights out in 209 postseason games. He shot 402 for 3 points. He has 235 steals in 209 postseason games. Most of them for the Lakers. How many rings does he have? 5. That's a guy I want in my locker room. That's a guy I want to help bring these younger players, especially with the Thunder, because most of that team's young.
Yes,
I mean, last year
I
was
agree.
their first real run with Westbrook and Durant. Basically, that whole team is a young team, a young head coach, it's an old organization because it used to be the Supersonics in Seattle.
Yeah.
But new city, new fan base. I like it.
Like I said, I was
I'm
kind
taking
of
it.
during the season. No, I'm leaving him during the season. You get him to the playoffs, yes, I will take him in the playoffs because he gives you those intangibles. He gives you the leadership. He gives you that playoff experience, which that team is desperately lacking. You know, and someone who can take charge and get in Durant's face, can get in Westbrook's face, because he had no problem getting in Kobe's face and letting Kobe know what's going on. You know?
I don't think Durant is the problem.
No.
I think it's definitely Westbrook. He takes too many shots.
Westbrook's a scorer, man.
But he's a point guard. Point guards distribute the ball.
No, not in today's NBA. Today's NBA, point guards are supposed to do everything but dunk.
Rajon Rondo. That's all I have to say.
Point guards are expected to score now.
All right. That's another topic.
All right.
All right. Take it or leave it, guys. Pin it to the Yankees. Gonna make a difference this year or not?
I honestly don't think he'll make a big difference. I think he's just in it for the money because he didn't sign a major league contract. He basically just signed a minor league contract.
We can
Maybe-
invite the spring training.
Exactly. Maybe if one of the rotation guys goes down, he'll come up and be a 5th or a bullpen guy, setup guy. You just don't really know. I mean, he's 39 now. You know,
Definitely
You
getting up there in age.
can't really trust his arm anymore. He retired. He's been sitting out a year. Can't really trust him right now.
I agree with that. His last year with the Yankees, 2010, he went 11-3. He appeared in 21 games. His ERA was a 3.20, which isn't that bad for a 37-year-old. But that's also over only 21 games. I just can't see him after being a year out I'm sure he didn't really keep up too much on his pitching and catching because he probably thought he was done. This was probably 2 months ago. He decided, you know what? I think I want to call the Yankees. I think I want back in. I'm getting bored. I'm tired of mowing my lawn. In a classic Brett Favre moment. Favre watch. No,
Oh, come
but,
on.
But I mean, what,
just
what
don't
do you
like
think about maybe come towards the playoffs? Getting closer towards the playoffs, coming in as a bullpen person, someone who has his arm rested for a year.
I
but then
do like that.
He'd have to knock the rust off. Yeah.
That's what
I
the
do
minor
like
leagues are
that,
for.
but
Not the same talent.
Not the same talent, but to get him back into pitching shape.
it's exactly what Pedro Martinez did in 2009 for the Phillies. He was off for a year, and he came back halfway and pitched lights out for the Phillies. Even in the playoffs, he pitched really well. If I was Pettit, that's what I would try and do. That's what Roy Oswalt's doing this year. He's not signing with anybody yet. He's waiting, going to sign with a contender halfway through the season, so he's eligible to play in the postseason, and then try and help a team win a World Series because he wants a ring. Roy Oswalt wants a ring, so that's what he's going to try and do. I think that's what Pettit should have done. He'd be better off doing that because now he's going to have the wear and tear of a full Major League Baseball season. However many starts he would make in 162 games. I'm not a genius at math, but that's probably like 30-some starts, 40 starts, something like that.
But you gotta also think it's not major leagues; it's minors. They don't play as many games.
I understand that, but he's going to eventually be a major leaguer with the Yankees. The Yankees didn't just sign him to play Major League Baseball. They signed him to get him up to the Major League circuit. They're not just going to say, yeah, Andy, you're bored, so why don't you come and hang out with our young kids that were trying to evaluate?
They got the money to do it.
Yeah, they do.
They brought him in because they think that he can still pitch in the major leagues. They just signed him to a minor league contract just because that's what you do with someone coming off retirement. You don't want to guarantee him that big money of a major league contract until he proves he can do it.
All right, next question.
All right, let's see. What have I got for you guys? Take it or leave it. Free agent linebacker Joey Porter going to the Eagles.
I'll start this one. If I was the Eagles, I would take this and I would take it tomorrow. With them trading for D'Amico Ryans, Joey Porter playing the outside linebacker position, you have two strong-willed veteran guys who can lead that defense to a championship. With Juan Castillo's wide nine, you need strong, powerful linebackers to play the run. I think D'Amico Ryans, Joey Porter, and whoever they feel like putting on another side.
Whatever.
I mean, most of the teams only have two real good linebackers and then one guy to fill in the spot.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I will take this. Joey Porter gives you that extra something, that presence down there in the middle, a person who's going to play hard 100% every down, and that's going to be tough, and it's going to sit there and make tackles and make plays for that team. Okay? Granted, is the rest of the defense going to gel and mold together? Well, that's the question. Now, they had a short season last year and didn't have the time to really get to mold together. Now, since they've had this time, granted, they're adding another linebacker. Now, if they do add him, that is two more people to add to that. But, once again, you look at the linebacking position, you know, left to right, forward, they're not going to drop back a whole lot. You know, I take it.
I mean, if they do sign him, look at the defense they would have, starting with the line. Trent Cole, Cullen Jenkins, Jason Babin. That's an amazing front line.
Especially if the rotation can get better. Brandon Graham, Antonio Dixon can play better. Mike Patterson.
Who wouldn't want this dominant defense? Granted, they didn't play that well last year, but I think a year in Juan Castillo's system, if they start playing Nnamdi Asomugha the way he's supposed to be played, on the outside, using the sideline as his personal defender, this team could go a long way if Mike Vick and the offense can get it going early.
Especially if they are able to trade Asante. I love Asante, but you're not trading Nnamdi. You're not trading DRC. You're going to give them opportunities to shine. You've got Ozilio Hanson, who's a great slot cornerback. if Nate Allen can recover from the injury finally, most of the time an injury like that takes about a year.
Yeah,
They
but it
can
sounds
do
like it could make some cap room for him too.
Mhm.
You know.
I mean, DRC doesn't play the slot position, which is why everyone was harping on him last year. This guy was a horrible trade. We should have kept Cobb.
Well,
Traded
it was the
something
same
else.
thing with Namdi. He's not supposed to play safety, and they had him play safety most of last year. So, I agree with you. I'm going to take that too, guys. I want him.
All right,
Guys.
Final topic.
Oh, one more.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a surprise.
Surprise.
Oh,
All
one
right.
more. All right, final topic of this segment. Steven Strasburg. Do you think he could fully become what he was supposed to be before he had his injury?
I'm gonna take it. I will take it. I will take it. He was dominant. College, coming in, just his first. I mean, look at this: 17 games, 116 strikeouts. I mean, who does that? I mean, granted, yes, he's coming off of a Tommy John surgery. He might be a little rusty, but he's still young. And I've heard of people coming off of Tommy John surgery that have been better
Yes.
in their past. I mean, since their past.
And I can give you one guy who did Tommy Johnson hasn't come back yet. Pedro Martinez, or not Pedro Martinez, Johan Santana. He's
Yeah,
had 2
that's
Tommy
true.
John surgeries.
It's true.
Me, over the short haul, I'm going to leave it because I think he needs time to build up. You know, he's never pitched a full baseball season. You know, his first year he got hurt. He was still hurt part of last year. He came in at the end. But I think for his first season, it's going to basically be like his rookie season. If he's able to last the whole season without major injuries, injuries that take a long time to heal, it'll be his first season. I'm interested to see first if he can handle the wear and tear of a baseball season, especially on that shoulder. If he's able to make it through this year, then I'm taking it for the long term because I think this guy is really something. I think he could be the next Roy Halladay, the next Roger
He's a
Clemens
strikeout
without the
machine.
steroids.
He is. I mean,
will
he
give
is
you
a
that.
strikeout
I will
machine.
give you that. He
and-
is a
Shot at Roger
strikeout machine.
Clemens.
He is a strikeout machine. The only thing that I don't like is in 17 games, he has 71 hits. It's a lot of hits for 17 games.
Yeah, but
But like we
You
were
know,
saying,
If you break that
he's
down
young.
per inning, that's not that much. I mean, that's
Still,
that's under average.
If your starting pitcher's giving up a hit an inning, that's a problem. Yeah, I understand.
But if he
you know,
strikes
it's
out
his
2
first
guys
17
and then gives
games
up
in his
1
major
hit,
league career, that's fine. I'm just saying I want to see how he comes back from this injury first before I say this guy's going to be a dominant ace, Hall of Famer, Cy Young winner. I just want to see how he comes back first before I give him that credit.
comeback player of the year.
Who knows? We'll see. All right, guys, this has been an episode of Sports Talk with the Jersey Guys. I hope you'll tune in next time.